So we have worked with this initiative now for a few years, and we are very encouraged with the progress. I mean, many people talk about the challenge around youth development, but I think in this place, we are not only talking about the challenges, we are talking about what is being done about it. Yes, you might look at it and say it is small in the scale, if you look at the scale of the problem, but something is being done. And when the fruits of this starts to manifest, you will see that it wasn't insignificant. And we are very excited about what is happening here this evening, and we will continue to support this initiative as one of our flagship initiatives.
But listening to the young entrepreneurs, I found that they are so far ahead in the journey. We already have people who have stripes on their backs. So I'm really very excited to be here, and I would like to give them with you a big round of applause. I come from a small town in relation to Johannesburg called Port Elizabeth in the Eastern Cape. I never imagined myself coming to the big city of Johannesburg and trying to make a life, trying to make an impact, and trying to engage myself in a business environment. Because my journey coming to Johannesburg was one of a human rights activist. It was during the dark days of apartheid in the 80s, and we had come to make sure that we can conquer what we saw as the evil of apartheid. So anybody who was an entrepreneur at the time was an anathema to me. The people in business I knew are the people I saw as the enemy. There were a couple of black business people, but one understood them to be serving the community in the townships, the community in the villages, to make sure that you can earn some sort of living. But with the dawn of democracy, a lot of doors were opened. We started to think bigger. We really romanticized democracy. We thought that it was going to be the biblical land of milk and honey. But you soon realize that romantic notion of a life in paradise just does not exist. You realize as you win one battle, as you climb another summit, there are more battles that come your way, and there are more summits that meet you. It is so important for us to remember, and particularly the young entrepreneurs, that the accidental history of your birth doesn't have to determine how your future pans out. If you are born in Alexandra and across from you somebody is born in Sandton, clearly that person didn't determine that he or she would be born in Alexandria. Similarly, the person born in Sandton didn't determine that he would be born in Sandton. But if you fast forward 18 to 19 years later, when those two individuals matriculate, you've got to say, can they continuously be hamstrung by the accidental history of their birth? And for me, the answer is emphatically no. Those are the issues that we are grappling with in South Africa. But as somebody said earlier on, it takes time for the results to come through. My human rights background has enabled me to straddle between social development and business. And in so straddling, I always try to make sure that I can appreciate the struggles that people have at grassroots level and the passion they need to generate to ensure that they can transgress, they can overcome the accidental history of their birth. It is therefore so exciting to find organization like BizCre8 that is able to connect, that is able to get people to try to walk over that bridge. And it is more gratifying to get sponsors who, even where there is absolutely no connection, absolutely no legal, moral, or ethical obligation to support such programs, but to be passionate enough and not say, I will do this in a certain geographical area, I will do this in a certain space, but to altruistically recognize that we are one world, to recognize that if one of us is able to succeed in the tip of Africa, that may influence what happens in Egypt in the top of the continent. So it's all those engagements that as young entrepreneurs we need to appreciate and be outside of ourselves to enable us to grow within ourselves. But for us to attain the levels of success, you have to stay positive in the face of a lot of adversity. We've got to navigate these issues whilst we're trying to make sure we succeed in the face of our own personal adversity. So what you have done up to now is a miracle. What you are going to do as you move forward is a conscious decision to move yourself, to propel yourself forward. It's a conscious decision to take a rightful place in society. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to be part of this awesome, amazing journey, the first inaugural BizCre8 Awards. And I'm hoping that even if I don't come as a speaker, I will be afforded the opportunity to attend many more and to be able to interact with the young people today, to be able to interact with the gray-haired people that we are today, but ensuring that the baton is continuously being passed to the younger people.
As an entrepreneur myself, having started several businesses, one gets inspired by the energy and the passion that one sees. And in awarding this category, we found that it was extremely difficult to choose the top three. So we've done something slightly different in this category, in that we've decided to award 2 third place prizes because they were so good and they were so close. So it gives me with great pleasure and honor to announce the third place winner. The first third place person is Sandile Nkosi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
An entrepreneur to watch, guys, really. The next person that's also won the third prize, Elizabeth Nkoma.
Thank you so much.
In second place, Jack Mtembu. If any of you have young kids that would like to go on a program, this is the man to watch. And for the category prize winner, who receives 10,000 Rand in cash prize, it gives me great pleasure to announce this award. It's a young man that I think has got an extremely, extremely bright future ahead of him. Without further ado, Elman Khoza. We give them another round of applause, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor of presenting the Best Emerging Green Youth Entrepreneur. So the criteria for this particular award is an entrepreneur who joined the program with an idea which has evolved into a high-potential green business concept, demonstrating the potential for early market penetration as well as its unique approach to meeting a current sustainability gap or need. And without further ado, I'd like to announce the winner as Ditebogo Rametse. Our second winner for this evening is Hans Malakutu. Congratulations. And in third place, we have Dabani Voko.
Thank you very much. What a beautiful evening, and what a lovely, lovely process to be involved in. This competition has been an absolute pleasure. The entrepreneurs has been a joy to see. I wish that all of you here, that all of these businesses could be profiled. Now, the category that I will be handing out the awards is for the Best Female Green Youth Entrepreneur. These girls proved themselves in a male-dominated world, and they started fabulous green businesses, and we definitely watching the headlines, and we think that their names will go up in the history as really, really fine entrepreneurs. I would like to start with a third place, and that is Zama Zulu Simelani. Well done. That's yours. The second place goes to Penelope Palani. Well done. The first prize, the first girl in this category is apparently attending to the baby. And she's, unfortunately, we have to present this in absentia, so this goes to Lerato Nakedi.
So we're now at the final Beeston Award, which is the main award. I'd like to ask Sandra and Mr. Beeston if you can come up and we can do the final award.
There were three things that me and my fellow judges were unanimous about in this process. The first was that the quality of the entrepreneurs we met was exceptional, and we congratulate BizCre8 for the quality and inspirational people that they've been able to turn out. The second was that we were all inspired and excited by the process, and we'd like to come back for more. And finally, we were all unanimous about the overall winner. So the overall green youth entrepreneur, the winner was selected out of the three category winners. This entrepreneur is someone from a challenging background who demonstrates a range of values and commitments to ethical practice, which include conducting business with others in a manner which inspires trust, balancing short-term gains and long-term needs of the business. That means keeping the cash in the business. He's developed or can speak to issues of business boundaries versus family needs, has an awareness of his or her interdependence with others, and can demonstrate how they will use the cash injection to their business, which is convincing to an investor. And I'm thrilled to announce that the Best Overall Green Youth Entrepreneur Award goes to Elman Khoza.
Hold it up.
say what he's won?
If I can say, Almin has won a 30,000 Biz Booster cash prize, as well as 20,000 rands worth of product development, sales pitch marketing video, an email campaign development, or a PR package. So a total of 50,000 rand. Well done.